717 and a new OMSI exhibit allows the community to see our landscape through an indigenous lens.
Heads and Hearts, Seeing the Landscape Through Nez Perce Eyes, invites you to learn about the deep history of the Northwest. Our Kohr Harlan sat down with one of the developers to talk about this new exhibit at OMSI.
I just wandered through there. It just tells me a lot of history more than anything else by looking at geological formations, volcanoes, floods, flood paths, and the people that lived through it and witnessed it all. Give me a bigger picture of what this exhibit really is.
Well, this exhibit is about a new subject called ethnogeology, and that's basically looking at the world through the viewpoint of indigenous peoples who lived here through many of those events. We have indigenous people, the Nez Perce, probably the Bannocks in Oregon, who lived here since 16,000 to 20,000 years ago. And we're looking at and understanding the world not only through their eyes, but through their actual observations. And the only way that those observations have been passed down is orally. And so the stories are really important because the stories basically contain not only interesting characters, which help you understand the story, and a plot line, which helps you understand the story, but the geologic details of events that included Ice Age floods, that included earthquakes, some of which have not been recognized or found by geologists.
Let's take a couple of these at a time, of the things you just mentioned. First of all, Mount Mazama, now Crater Lake. Go into that a little bit. For me, I am more of a story. I get stuff. I ingest stuff by listening to it as opposed to reading it. And stories like about Mount Mazama would be fabulous.
Right. Well, the story of Mount Mazama, as told by the Klamath people, is that there was a battle between the creator and the god of the underworld. So Gakmak, the creator, and the god of the underworld, Moldavi, were having an argument, and ultimately Moldavi would burst into temper tantrums and throw material into the air and create a big plume of ash, and ultimately the creator won the battle and was able to seal Moldavi into the underground underworld.
Mm-hmm.
But Moldavi still wasn't happy, and so he continued to throw up material, and that's where we get Wizard Island, for example. So when you look at that story from the viewpoint of a geologist, like Charles Bacon, who has studied Crater Lake for a very long time, you find that the tempo and the events described in the Klamath story are essentially the same as what the USGS has determined after years of study of the volcanic eruption itself.
So this is history as told through stories, as told by tribes of people. It's a different way of interpreting history or looking at history, sounds like.
Really, yeah, well, it's really the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that if you are a culture that doesn't have a written word, doesn't have a written history,
mm-hmm.
that history has to be oral. And in indigenous cultures, storytellers go through time by families, and they are charged with telling the same story as, from generation to generation to generation, which they do really quite accurately.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's an important part of these stories, is understanding that they do relate to real geologic events, some of which we still need to investigate.
Yeah.
The tsunamis on the coast and the coastal earthquakes are another great example of that geologists are now taking much more seriously and talking to a variety of tribes all the way from Washington and Alaska down into Northern California to see how their stories correlate with events, and if maybe they're missing the geologists are missing a couple of these earthquakes.
All right, the exhibit goes, I should know, I can find out by looking at the website, but it goes for a couple more months, right?
It goes until February 16th.
February 16th, okay. All right. Well, it was a pleasure looking through it this morning.
Kohr Harlan there with an inside look at a new exhibit at OMSI. You can go check it out. Very cool.